We're interrupting that report to take you live to the, I believe, the Lebanese capital, Beirut, where we're hearing from Hamas spokesperson Osama Hamdan. Let's listen in.
The recovery of our injured and freedom and liberation of our captives in the occupations prisons. And I would like to say that the sacrifices of our people have put us all in a path towards one direction, leading to victory in this battle, leading to the desired freedom by Allah's grace, despite the pain and the scale of destruction, killing, and the Nazi brutality committed by the occupation in the Gaza Strip, with the American monies and weapons, as more than 19,000 people have been killed and the injured amounted to 52,000. However, our people continue unwavering their epic saga, standing fast and sacrificing, foiling all the occupation's aggressive plans. These unwavering people who have never known breaking down, and they have never known, they would never know surrender nor retreat in their extended struggle. They will not stop except with victory, with Allah's blessings, and these are images of the steadfastness and fortitude of our women and children. I just want to send a message to Netanyahu. All my children are for my land, for my country. Do you think by killing these children he has achieved anything? He hasn't achieved anything. We will rise from under the rubble. This is our military. We will never be defeated. These people who are talking are paying with the lives of their children, whom their fathers and mothers are being killed and massacred before their eyes. They are experiencing the Zionist war machine funded by the Americans, killing all their beloved ones, our Palestinian people who paid with their blood. After every bloodshed and after all these sacrifices, our people realize the fact that there is no retreat, no turning back. Our path leads only to one point, which is victory in this battle, and securing liberation and freedom and a dignified life for these people, and establishing our fully sovereign state with Jerusalem as its capital. The aggression has lost its balance, and they are not thinking no more of the security and safety of their soldiers in Gaza Strip, and they care no more for their captives, and all they are focused on is the political security of the war cabinet. This trio of evil are leading their people to an unknown and uncertainty, dreaming of dreams and objectives that will never be achieved on Gaza. Their dreams will break on the hard rock of our valor. This criminal enemy doesn't care about the lives of their soldiers. Their soldiers arrive to their homes either killed in bags or injured or traumatized. In the future hours, what Al-Qassam will reveal about the events of the last few hours. This failed trio doesn't care about the lives of the captives with the resistance as they continue their barbaric bombardment against the people in Gaza. Our message to the families of these captives is loud and clear. Your crisis is with Netanyahu and his war cabinet. With his continued aggression, impedes the release of captives, and he is responsible for that. If you want them to go home back, then you should make Netanyahu understand that resistance will not break, and we tell only the truth. And this defeated army, in their latest attempts to depict and mimic and copy the resistance, as they shoot at walls and they declare victory in an abandoned tunnel after it has been used once only, the day that the resistance has defeated this occupation, and they show only footages and recordings that has no military value whatsoever. We would like to emphasize here that Biden's administration is a partner in the war against Gaza, and they suspend the ability and impede the ability of the entry of aid to Gaza. This administration has crippled the Security Council, and they are negotiating the resolution that calls for stopping the aggression and allowing aid to the Palestinian people. This administration, with their veto and suspending this resolution, will continue to be a partner into the genocide committed by the occupation against the civilians in Gaza Strip. Unless this administration doesn't start stopping this aggression and stop their supply of weapons, they will be held completely responsible ethically and legally for all crimes committed in Gaza. This administration continued to repeating their call to the occupation of protecting civilians from harm, and enabling aid to Gaza is just a media propaganda and a media stunt with no meaning whatsoever, trying to absorb the anger of the people and the world in light of their full support to this Nazi occupation in a genocide and systemic war crimes. And here we say loud and clearly to Biden and his administration, you are partners in the crime. Your hands are blooded with the bloods of women and children in Gaza, and this blood will be a curse that will daunt you forever. Your adopting the occupation's lies and propaganda will not succeed in changing facts on the ground and facts of history. It's a fascist occupation that has committed and continues to commit massacres against unarmed people for more than 70 years, making you partners in this Nazi crime. We notice with the valor and fortitude of our people that the invaders have no other way but to intensify their massacres and bombardment against our people. And the British also have joined the wagon. Today in the morning, the occupation army has released a recording of the destruction of 56 civilian buildings in Al-Shajaiya in Gaza Strip. This is the footage of bombarding such buildings, accompanied by comments by an officer of a brigade. He says, farewell to Al-Shajaiya and victory starts from here. That's what he said. Here starts victory according to your delusion. From here your defeat will start before the eyes of the entire world. This crime and many others will always be a stigma on all the supporters of this entity. This recording is an important documentation for the war crime committed by the occupation. We call upon the Hague to prosecute the perpetrators of this crime and their military as well as political leaderships. And here we stress the historic and legal responsibility on the shoulder of the International Organization for the Red Cross and the UNRWA, which we are wondering why are they unable to save the people taking refuge in the UNRWA schools, caring for them and protecting the hospitals and healthcare centers from the occupation's targeting. We call upon the UNRWA and the WHO to overcome all the hindrances of the occupation they're trying to impose in the international community and carry out their duties of saving and protecting civilians in their shelters, especially in the northern Gaza parts, which is lacking the basic pillars and fundamentals of life: food, water, medicine, and massacres are committed all the time. And here we would like to shed light on the captives that have been kidnapped by the Israeli Nazi army from the Gaza Strip. They kidnapped them from the shelters, from hospitals and from schools, claiming that they are from Al-Qassam. And this Nazi military have subjected them what they have learned from the experiences of the U.S. Secretary of Defense, as they have stripped them of their clothes and covered their eyes, taking them to a detention center at Beersheba. These captives and kidnapped remained in shackles, denied water, food, and sleep, kept in cages in open air. No one knows anything about their fate. These are statements made by some of them who have been released recently. In addition to that, the occupation is committing a heinous crime when they invade the houses of civilians, as they kill people in the streets before the eyes of their family members, including women and children. They don't commit only the crime, but they commit it before the eyes of eyewitnesses, challenging the entire world. About that, we would like to confirm the following. This Nazi military, with their behavior, they confirm the fact that they are a gang and a rogue militia with no humanity and no ethical values, kidnapping people from shelters. These Zionist crimes by arresting unarmed civilians, subjecting them to torture, are crimes similar to crimes committed in Guantanamo and the infamous Abu Ghraib, as if it's the only experience shared with the American army to the Israeli army: destruction, mistreatment, and violating human rights. We hold the Israeli occupation responsibility for the life of all these captives, and we say that non-disclosing their fate, it means a decision to kill them and make them disappear and hiding such a crime. Hereby we call upon all humanitarian organizations for immediate action to expose the crimes of this occupation and their heinous violations, criminalizing their crimes and actions against our people. Need to reveal where they are kept and to pressure on the occupation to release these people immediately and subject such criminals to the tribunes for war crimes. Here we would like to value the brave stance of our brothers in Yemen, Ansarullah and the armed forces as they are preventing Zionist ships from passing for the war they are waging against our people. And we consider that the U.S. declaration of forming a naval coalition is insistence and persistence by Biden and his administration to continue killing our people and using starvation, preventing our people from medicine and supplies. This president, in light of his defending the Zionist entity, is oblivious to the insistence of our people and all the free of the world not to support Palestine, Gaza, and the resistance, and ignores the fact that his behavior will not deter supporting Palestine and its resistance. Such behavior exposes his true color, which doesn't recognize human rights, doesn't recognize human dignity when the enemy is Israel and supporting. And this pushes us to continue more with our resistance. So we call upon all the countries contributing to such force to reconsider their decision, which is an exposed abetment and this is constitutes contribution to the crimes committed against our people in Gaza. The American administration, the sponsor of such alliance, and all the contributing countries must realize that the root cause of the problem is the existence of the occupation and on our land, and they all are responsible to stop the crimes of this occupation and end it from our land, rather than forming an alliance that would destabilize security in the region. We would like also to express our appreciation and gratitude of the Malaysian government preventing Israeli ships with Israeli flags from docking from their ports and prevent any ship headed or bound to Israel from loading any cargo from Malaysian ports, and we are grateful for such a stance. And from here, we would like to call upon Arab and Muslim countries to follow suit and follow similar steps in support of our people, in support of our people in Gaza who are defending their freedom and independence, and a manifestation of respecting international order. We also would like to call upon labor unions from all around the world to refuse dealing with all Israeli ships and refuse to load them with any goods or supply them with any fuel or food. In conclusion, we pray to Allah Almighty to bless the souls of our martyrs and killed people. And we pray for the speedy recovery of our sick and injured. And we pray for a soon victory, and Allah shall prevail. However, many people do not know it is a jihad, victory or martyrdom. And thank you.
We have been listening there to Hamas spokesperson Osama Hamdan. He's speaking from the Lebanese capital, Beirut, about the situation in Gaza, calling on the United Nations, the WHO, the World Health Organization, to do more to protect civilians who are sheltering at their properties. He also spoke about the resilience of people in Gaza, saying that they will be victorious. He said Hamas holds the U.S. responsible for supporting Israel, arming them, and he said that Israel is responsible for the captives in Gaza, and that the Israeli government doesn't, in fact, care about the captives in Gaza.